Here we are looking at how to use the presentation tool in Google. It wasn't available last week if you watched my previous recording, but now we can see it is back there, even in the free version, which is what I'm using here. So we're still using the same content as last week, which is about best way to use a microphone. So we can go in here and we can click on this if we want to generate a presentation, or we can click on the pencil if we want to change the instructions, because if we don't click on the pencil, we'll get the default. It'll be a detailed deck. It'll be in English, and there won't be anything in this part. Okay, but by coming in here, we could say not detailed. We want the clean look. Won't be as heavy. You could say you want it to be short. You could change the language. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. And I could give it some instructions here, like use large fonts. Okay, I've already done a version like this, and I've done one of the default ones with the detailed thing and nothing in there. So instead of clicking generate, I'll just go take a look at those. So here we have the one that was the minimal version, and here we have the one that was the default version. If we open them both up, we can see the minimal version is pretty easy to understand. And I'm only talking about this for my understanding. This isn't for me to present to other people, because there isn't really great facility for me to edit what's here in these slides. So if we look quickly through it, we can see that these are easy to understand. They're very low in text, really, apart from that one maybe, and it's just 10 slides. And it's quite attractive. If I look instead at this one, okay, we can see that it has a different metaphor, but that's okay. That works. But as we go through, just see there's more text. That's the default version. There's just more text. It's still nice. I like it. There's more for me to understand though. So I might start off with the minimal one and then come to this one. So I can see that there's benefits in actually having two. And that's the end of that one. But you can just see that's more slides there as well. So how many was that? 14 instead of 10. Okay, and much more text per slide. And that was the metaphor that they used about the four pillars. I'm not sure about it, but sure, it's not bad for a free service. Now, I was able to take that out and put it into Adobe Acrobat as well. I think I have it here. Okay, so this is the paid version of Acrobat, and it was interesting to see that, for example, if I do edit, then I'm able to edit it to some extent. Let me just check that. Yeah. But I think that's coming from Acrobat itself rather than something that Google's providing. So it's outputting images. If I wasn't opening it in Acrobat, I don't think I'd be able to do these changes that I'm doing here in front of you. So that's what I mean. It's just something for you to get your own understanding. Last week we looked at one which was about this. I didn't actually show you what happens when you come to the end node. Let's say I'm talking about the filter technique. And it says put the mic at a 45-degree angle. There's no more arrows here. So if I click on it, it's going to use that as a question. It's going to say, discuss what the sources say about putting it at a 45-degree angle. So then it's responded to that question and it's given me the sources as you would expect. And I can click on them and it'll go to the relevant chunk. I can close that up and close this up if I want more space. Drag as well. Okay. And you can carry on like that. I think it's pretty powerful. But I really do like, both of these really. I like the mind map. Oh, I've generated another one. I keep falling into this problem. I really meant to just open the one I had generated. Okay. There's no point generating a second one because unlike the PowerPoint, there's no option to modify it. But what I like about it is it piques my interest, about what I could be looking into, like this. But the visual is very nice to learn from. If I go back to my slide deck here, the generated one, then I can see, it talks here about that kind of science behind human speech being sampled in that range and how much you need to dedicate to it. So, yeah, I like it a lot as a way to learn from the material. Now, I'm not recommending that you would use it to make your own presentations. It's just a way to get away from some sources that were perhaps very valuable, but a bit too text heavy. I probably didn't want to read through them all. And this allows me to, and this was actually a video, so I shouldn't say they're all text heavy, but um, some of them are. So it's a great way to make something a bit more interesting. We'll stop it there.